Hey guys, I'm here today finally with my 2017 beauty faves for the entire year of 2017. I have been making a little list on my phone since January the 1st, and I had a lot of stuff. I have a lot of really good stuff. I ended up having some lifestyle other type things that I'm going to do a second video on. I was going to combine them all together, but I think it might be a little too much. So everything you're going to see right now is just strictly beauty related, from makeup to tools to fragrance to body to skincare. So let's get started because I have a lot. First off, I'll start with makeup. This is in my top 2 favorite blushes of all time. It should be no surprise if you watch my channel often. It's the Charlotte Tilbury blush in First Love. And everything makeup related I am actually wearing today. This is one of those swish and pops that they say, you know, use the outside to do your whole cheek, in the middle to do like a pop on your apples. I just swirl my brush all around. It's just one of those natural nude, pinky nude type blushes that will go with any eye look, from the smokiest of eyes to red lips to everyday natural look without having a whole lot of color on your cheek to where it's like, oh, that's pink, that's orange, whatever. I have a friend of mine, I had been raving about this all year, and I think she was just kind of put off by it because we like different color families. She's cool toned, she's very pink complected, and she recently tried this and she put it in her yearly favorites. So that just goes to show, I think different skin tones do like it. I have to say, if you're anything deeper than medium, I don't know how well it would show up on you, but I'm wearing it today. I love it. I feel like it shouldn't have been a 2017 favorite because I feel like I've been using it longer, but I discovered it right at the beginning of the year and I loved it all year. Okay, a highlighter that I loved so much, none of these are probably going to be surprises to y'all, that I finished the whole thing, was the Hourglass Incandescent Light. I did save this to go ahead and show you, so if you haven't seen my Pan That palette or Makeup Empties of the year, then you would know. I used up a whole pan of the Hourglass Incandescent, so much I bought another one. Now I did get the small size when Sephora had the VIB sale because I still had a little bit of this left and I wanted to make sure it was the exact one before this was gone. And I feel like I'll probably go through this fast. I am wearing it today. It looks, if you're somebody wanting just a very subtle highlight that's pretty, it looks, I don't want to say like sophisticated, but it doesn't look like overly shimmery glitter metallic, which that's fine too if you want to wear it to work, to school, and you don't want to look really obvious, but you want a little bit of a sheen to just kind of give your face a little bit of dimension. I think this is so good. I've tried the Dior highlighters, like the Air Luminizers, and this, like that one is just, it's not that good. If you want a subtle highlight, that one is so, to me, it's just too subtle to the point I don't feel like you see anything. And if I'm going to spend that much on a highlighter, I want it to actually be seen a little bit. Where these are less expensive, but they're just, it's a smoother texture than the Dior. The Dior was just not smooth. I think this is so good. These Hourglass powders are just phenomenal. I think the powders and the bronzers are superior to the blushes, personally, but they're just so good. Anyways, I need to get going because I have a lot of stuff. This product is another, I've had it for a while, but I didn't really start using it till this past year. It's the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Loose Powder. And I saved the way I apply it to show you. I don't use this all over as a loose setting powder. I have tried it before like that and it works fine. But the way I like to really apply it is it comes with a little poof here. And I just get some on the puff. I make sure I don't have too much. And this area, and this area, here and here, which I actually just applied a tiny bit before I hit record because I looked shiny, that are more prone to oil and my pores are a little more obvious. I just press it into those areas. And it makes the world a difference. It keeps the oil breakthrough at bay to where I'm not going to have later in the day, a big oily T-zone. I need to make sure I have it all pressed in. Yeah, because I don't have oily skin, but just later in the day with your makeup and everything, sometimes you'll have some breakthrough oil. And when I use this, I find that it keeps it from happening. Now, I did pick up the pressed powder version because I thought it would be just easier, and I didn't like it as much. I returned it. To me, this is more forgiving. The pressed was actually a little more chalkier and dry and hard to blend in, where this, I just press it into the areas, and this does a better job than the pressed, but it's actually easier to apply. It's just not super travel friendly, but with the puff, it doesn't get all out. It's just not something I'm gonna put in my purse and take with me on the go, but I loved it. Okay, for eyeshadow, honestly, towards the middle of the year on, I was just not on an eyeshadow kick. I was being very minimal, using basically like a paint pot and mascara on my eyes. It just, I don't know, I wasn't feeling the eyeshadow look. But I got this for Christmas in 2016. So I got it at the end of the year and then started using it at the beginning of 2017. And I loved it so much. I am wearing it on my eyes today. I'll tell you what eye look I'm wearing. If I used eyeshadow, chances are it was this palette. I mean, there was obviously other things I used, but this one I used way more than anything else, and I loved it. I know the warm tone palettes are all the rage right now, and I do like the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. But I think this one is a little more universal because it has some more like neutral tone shades, even leaning cool in some of the categories, to where it's not just like orange, yellow, warm in your face. I don't know, I think the pink and reds with the hints of purple are just a little more wearable. Even if you like cool tone colors, I think you could really enjoy this because it makes some very pretty eye looks. So today what I did is I mixed these two through my crease color. And then this red ochre is one of my favorite shades in the palette, but I mixed it with a bit of this in my outer corner to just make it a little brighter, so to speak, and then I use this on my brow bone. But you can use any combination. That's just like my go-to. I know it's going to be a pretty eye, and I like it a lot. So, I mean, it's just a great palette. The only downside, which it's not a downside to me, but I want to mention it so you're not like, you know, taken aback if you're new to her shadows. The Anastasia Modern Renaissance, I'm sure I mentioned it, but just in case I didn't, is they're very powdery. They kick up a lot of product. Definitely tap off your brush before you go on with your eye, or you're going to have a whole lot of extra eyeshadow. But they're very pigmented. They're wonderful shadows. I mean, I think I've heard like maybe one person, and it was Makeup by Tiffany D, say that it wasn't a good palette and she returned it. Everybody else seems to love it. Okay, another eye product is the Stila, what are these? The Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadows in Kitten Karma. This is definitely not something I would want to wear every day because it is very glittery, but I don't want to swatch it because I didn't bring a wipe. Everybody knows what these looks like. Every time I wear it on my eyes in a video, I get so many comments and compliments saying how good it looks and they want to know what it is. I haven't experienced any fallout, but I think the secret to applying it is use the applicator and apply it and then just kind of tap it around to where you want, to your desired intensity. Do not go in with a brush afterwards. Just use this, tap it out, and it's set. It's good to go. I haven't noticed any fallout. So do whatever you want to do before you apply this. And I use this all over. I don't use it as a topper. This particular shade, I think it's probably the most universally popular shade. It's some gold, some copper, some silvery champagne-y flicks. I don't think it's either neutral or cool only. I think it's very universally flattering. And then for mascara, this is the Lancome Monsieur Big. I just have these sizes. I've gone through probably like 4 of these this year. I need to get the full size. I just haven't done it yet because I'm trying to use up some others. It's one of the regular kind of bristle wands. It's not that rubbery new thing. It's a regular one. I love this so much. It gives you the most luscious, long, thick, volumized, plump. Oh, I love it. Mascara is so personal. If you're somebody that likes mascaras, I like the Chanel La Volume, I like the It Superhero, I like the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. Those are probably my favorite ones off the top of my head. It's worth trying. I do think I'm going to pick up the small size that's like $12 first before I get the big one and make sure that it's as good, because sometimes these little sizes are better. It is so, so good. Okay, an eyebrow pencil I discovered this year. It's the e.l.f. brow pencil. It's $2 at Walmart, Target, Ulta, wherever you find e.l.f. I just have it in the neutral brown. I think it comes in maybe 3 shades. The tip of it is not a micro point. It's definitely thicker, but it's not as thick as the triangle shaped ones. I'm wearing it in my brows today. It's that kind of, you know, a little bit of waxy consistency, so it stays in your eyebrows well. It comes with a spoolie that's very secure. It's not a cheap one. This is a repurchase for sure. It's good. It's really, really good. Okay, then I have 3 lip products. There just was not a lipstick that was like hands down my favorite of the year. But one of my most worn lip products is the Bite Lush Lip Tint in Lychee. I'm wearing it right now. It's very no frills, basic. It's kind of that glossy, balmy, shiny look. That's what it looks like in the bullet. These, I only have that much left. And that says a lot for me because it's hard for me to use up lip products. It's just such a great everyday shade. I love it. The Jouer Lip Topper. Okay, this is in St. Tropez. I had Skinny Dip and it was, oh, I loved it. But I dropped it and it broke. So I replaced it with this. I still think Skinny Dip is a little bit better, but I'm going to put it on for you on camera. I loved these this year. I just do like a tiny bit. And do you see how just pretty it is? It adds a little bit of sparkle. No, a good bit of sparkle. It's not chunky. It's not gritty. You don't feel it. It smells kind of cake-like, vanilla frosting. These Jouer lip products, they're under $20. I don't remember. They're not crazy expensive. I think it is just such a nice thing to have. I know Buxom Celeste is really popular for the same thing, but I think the Jouer products are just a little bit better. I want to try Funfetti, but I haven't bit the bullet on that. Honestly, as long as it's been glossy and shiny, that's pretty much been the look I've been going for this year with lips. It's just, to me, I feel like gloss is a little more youthful on me. Okay, this is something later in the year. It's the Fresh Sugar Caramel Lip Balm. I've already gone through a small size and picked up the full size at the Sephora VIB sale. So I haven't really had a chance to dive into this one that much. If you're wondering, I've already gone through one. It smells caramel delicious. It's such a nice lip balm. I've liked it so much. You get this large pot to where if you're one of those people that like to stick your lips in the pot, personally, I don't do that, but you know, that's fine. It's just a good one. I've really enjoyed it. Okay, I need to take a tiny break and get a sip of something to drink. Okay, I have a few tools. Not revolutionary, I realize, but it's just the original Beauty Blender. This year my skin got a lot better, and I feel like your skin has to be not great, but fairly decent to use a makeup sponge, or it shears out your foundation a little too much. And I've used multiple sponges throughout the year. Nothing beats the original Beauty Blender. It's my personal favorite. It makes my makeup look the most seamless and natural. I used it to apply my makeup today. It just really, I don't know, it makes just the most perfect foundation application, so to speak. The Real Techniques one I've used, and it's not bad. I just don't like it near as much as this. This one makes it just look a little bit more airbrushed. This was definitely new to me this year. I picked up 3 Wayne Goss brushes, but these were definitely my favorites. The other one is an eye brush, and I want to get more. I just haven't done it. The first one I got was the number 2, and I really like this one to apply under eye setting powder. And I realize you may think, that's so silly, why do you need a separate brush? If you use under eye setting powder separately, then you're already doing a little bit extra, and you probably have a separate brush for that. I do not care what you say. If you have never tried his brushes or any of the other really fancy, I think they're Japanese, yeah, Japanese brushes, then you have not truly experienced what a really soft brush feels like. You may think you have, but I promise if you have not tried a Japanese brush, then you will be blown away. Anyways, I picked up this one first to, you know, do that. Oh, I loved it so much. And then I got his airbrush brush that he came out with last year, I think. He now has it in a rose gold, and it's a little similar, but it's tapered. You can use this for under eye, you can use it for setting powder, but I really like it for highlight. I don't think I have ever met a softer brush. This one even tops the number 2. They are just, oh my goodness. The eye brushes, the one I have, I do like, don't get me wrong, but I really like a soft brush for something like this for your face, because you don't want to disturb all the coverage and makeup that you've already applied underneath, and you don't want to irritate your skin by any means. It's just, if you have not tried any of his brushes or any of these, pick up the airbrush brush from Beautylish. I promise you will not be disappointed. It will last you years and years and years. Just do it. Okay. I got this at the Sephora VIB sale. It's the Tweezerman eyelash curler, and it's the Pro Rose Gold. I don't know what the difference is, but this one, I've used regular Tweezerman eyelash curlers, and they weren't as impressive to me. This one, somehow, eyelash curlers are always, you're going to find one that's best for your eye shape. This one really just opens up my eyes, curls my eyelashes. It's better than the Surratt and the Chanel and the Shu Uemura. All of those I've tried in the past, and this one, I like it hands down. So I have found the best eyelash curler for me. Lastly, in the tool type department, the Invisibobble. I pulled a few out to show you. This is how they come when you first get them. So they're a lot smaller, and then after use, it does stretch out like this. You can put it in hot water and it kind of shrinks it back down, but it still works the same. It's what I have in my hair today. If you see me with my hair pulled up at all, pulled back, it's always an Invisibobble. It really helps hold your hair up to where it's not going to like slip down. Other ponytail holders don't do it as much. It doesn't give me a headache, and it doesn't leave a crease like regular ponytail holders do. It will still leave a little bit of a crease if you leave it up all day, but not the same. I gave one of these to someone, and she went to the gym and she said, oh my gosh, where do you get this? It actually holds my hair up. So she wore it to the gym, did all the stuff she wanted to do, and her hair didn't slip and fall. And she has very, very thick, heavy hair, a lot of hair. So it worked on her. I bought a 3-pack, and then I went back and bought like a giant holiday size pack because I wanted to have so many of them. Love them. Okay. I did have 2 other skincare items that made it into my favorites, but I used them up and they're gone. The first was the Clinique Moisture Surge Facial Spray. It was just such a good, basic, hydrating, non-irritating facial mist. I loved it so much. And then the Josh Rosebrook Vital Balm Cream. Oh, I loved it. I'm just trying to work through some stuff right now before I repurchase it. It was like a balm cream. It had some blue tansy in it. It was very thick and a little sticky to where I wouldn't have wanted to use it during the day, but I used it at night, and it would just instantly soothe my skin. I have rosacea, if you do not know. It's just very calming for that. I absolutely loved it. And then probably the biggest game changer in my skin this year was the introduction of vitamin C. I started out with the Ola Henriksen Truth Serum. I've used a few others. This one is my favorite, but I think the introduction of vitamin C just changed my skin around. It helped the rosacea just start really, it had been healed. It wasn't as reactive as it was in the past, but it really helped fade it. I looked at an older video of me without makeup before using vitamin C, and just like little sunspots and different stuff on my forehead had been faded dramatically since introducing vitamin C into my skincare routine. So I have to say, if you can, apparently vitamin C causes a lot of people to break out, But if you're able to use it, or if you haven't tried it, maybe give it a chance. Buy it from somewhere like Sephora that you can try and return if your skin reacts terribly to it. It has just lightened everything. It's made my skin heal. It's gotten to where I can go without makeup and I don't feel like I look as scary with my rosacea. I still have redness, but it has lessened it so much. And the Ole Henriksen Truth Serum was the first one I used that really did it, and it's the one I've repurchased consistently. Okay, a few more things and we're almost done. This was like the year for fragrance. I fell in love with so many perfumes this year. Probably the first one of the year was the Replica Lipstick On. I'm like trying to savor it. It has a very unique scent. If you have not smelled it, it's like a plasticky, sweet makeup scent. It's very hard to explain. It's described as night blush and rice powder. I've used a few things that have rice powder as a scent description, and apparently I like the scent. It has a little bit of powderiness. It's kind of like the Cabbage Patch Baby Doll type scent. Not exact, but it smells so, so good. I love it. But I know some people don't like the scent, so it's not a scent for everyone. One scent that I do think is so beautiful, it's an empty as well, I saved the Jo Malone Mimosa and Cardamom perfume. It smells so good. I would never have tried it if I hadn't got this as like a little gift with purchase. It is so pretty. It's like feminine, a little bit of floral, a little bit of powdery notes. It smells nice and just like a grown-up, but without being heavy, really just florally, headache-inducing. I can't imagine someone not liking this because it is just such a... I mean, I'm sure people don't, but I just love it so much. I'm going to have to get the full size because it is so good. Okay, and lastly, I got this over the summer. It's the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc body spray. I got the body spray because the perfume is a little too rich for my blood. It is such a good beachy scent. It's my favorite of the beachy scents. If you like those, you know, Bobbi Brown Beach, Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess, Replica Beach Walk, all that kind of stuff, then you would probably like it. But I think it's the best of the best. It's so good. Okay, this... no surprise, probably everybody has had it in their favorites, or most everybody. The Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream. I've repurchased this. Oh, it smells so good. The Brazilian Crushed Body Mist smells really good, but nothing beats the scent of this. It's the lotion, so it's just a little more creamy and just richer smelling. The scent will stay with you for a really long time. It is definitely highly fragranced. One of my friends, she's a little sensitive to fragrance. She smelled it and she said she could not use it because it was just a little too much for her. It smells so amazing. It's described as like a pistachio caramel. I mean, yeah, but kind of like a beachy version too. It's just, it's sweet. It's one of those scents I just don't think anybody would dislike it. Like I said, I'm sure people would, but if you have not tried it, get the small size of the cream, get the small size of the body mist, or get the hand lotion that they recently came out with. I can't speak to whether the hand lotion is, you know, as amazing, but it's a fraction of the cost and you could try it and see if you think it's worth the hype. It smells so good. Okay. The Cashmere line from Kim Zolciak. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I'm not a watcher of the Real Housewives people, but she has this body care line called Cashmere. This is the toning oil, which is my favorite of all of her products. I love it. It feels good. It smells good. It's kind of like, there's a scent from Bath & Body Works, Tiki Beach. That sounded so country. Sorry, Tiki Beach. That is very similar. And it's a sweet, fresh, tropical with like a fresh note in it. I love the body oil. I use it. And I also really like the body polish. This is one in backup I have. It's a very good coarse, not too coarse. Gives you some moisture to the skin. Not too oily, but a very good body scrub. I do the auto delivery of her products because if you are curious, follow her thing on Instagram or whatever, because they do offers every so often to where if you sign up you can get automatic 50% off and free shipping. So I definitely do that, because I would not, I would hate to pay the full price, but I really like this. But I don't know her, so I'm not speaking to her as a person. Okay, and then lastly, this was one I didn't know if I wanted to put in my beauty favorites or my lifestyle, but it's the Aqui Waffle Hair Turban. I just showed this in a haul video not long ago. I picked it up from Sephora. I need to wash it. Mine's a little dingy. It's cinched, so it's elastic. It stays on your head much better than the other ones. It has the little loop and the button. It's just more secure. It really is just, I mean, you wash your hair all the time. Unless you're one of those people that get straight out of the shower and put a blow dryer on your hair, you're going to use something like this. And I know you may think, I can just use a towel. It's so much better than a towel. It's form-fitting, it's comfortable, it takes a lot of the water out of my hair more so than the other ones. It's just something that I have really enjoyed having. Maybe a luxury, but most of the stuff is anyways. So I wanted to share it with you. Okay, I am going to get all my stuff together now for my more lifestyle type favorites and film that, so you'll have that video coming soon to you. What are your favorite products of the year 2017? What did you love the most? These are just really good things that I loved. Everybody's different, but I just wanted to share with you the stuff that I thought was the best of the year. So that is all for now. Thank you for watching. Bye.